The solution for this is to find the common denominator first, and for the 4 that should be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on, and then for 6 it's 6, 12, and then you can stop. 12 is the number they have in common that's the lowest. The common denominator is 12. You have to multiply 4 by 3 to get 12, so 3 by 3 is 9. 6 by 2 to get 12, 1 by 2 is 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 over 12. The least common denominator between 11 and 22 is going to be 22. And next we had to multiply 11 by 2 to get 22, so 8 times 2 is 16. Do nothing to the 22, so nothing to the 3. 16 minus 3 is 13. 13 over 22. 6 and 3 have a least common denominator of 6. And you have to do nothing to this to get here, so do nothing to the 5. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. So 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 over 6. Pick a number from 1 to 20. The winning numbers today are 4 and 14. Flashcards, all you have to do is say the answer out loud. Anybody can say the answer out loud on these.
You have to raise your hand.
30.
20. 24. 20. 18.
Homework check. This is volume, so it's feet cubed. That's part of the answer. If you don't have that, then it would be wrong. That's a unit of length. That's why it's not cubed. It's simply meters. Another unit of length, so that's why it's meters and not cubed.
Maybe it was from the other day.
Objectives. To solve for the height, radius, or volume of a cylinder. Specific learning targets. To solve a formula for a specific variable, either V, H, or R in this case. Example number 1. You're given the radius and the height. What you have to solve for would be the volume. So always start out with the formula V equals pi r squared h, and plug in what you know. We know the radius is 12, and we square that, and the height is 22. Simplify the radius squared, that's 144. And then simplify 144 times 22 to come up with 3168. And multiply 3168 by pi. The answer should be 9952.57 feet cubed. This is all of the work you need to show for your homework. Some of the ones that came up today were borderline. You got a gift if you got credit in some cases. You must have the formula written out in each case, plugging in the numbers, simplifying, and in this case there's two different things you can simplify, here and here, and then get your final answer. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lines that you would need for work on those problems. Here's another example. Radius and height. Write out the formula. V equals pi r squared h, and you're looking for r, which is 16. Square that, and the height is also 16. Simplify 16 squared to get 256. And then multiply that 256 by 16. 256 times 16 is 4096. Multiply that by pi, and your answer is 12867.96 feet cubed. Flashcards, just say the answers out loud.
Pi times radius squared times height. Cubed. Squared. Regular unit.
Only units. Practice number 1. Bonus number 1. The solution to the bonus is 31. Bonus number 2. The solution on this one should be 72. Alright, so you're going to start with V equals pi r squared h, and then plug in what you know. R is 5, square that, and h is 11. 5 squared is 25, and multiply that 25 by 11 to get 275. Multiply 275 by pi to come up with 863.94 centimeters cubed. Practice number 2. Bonus number 3. Answer for this bonus is 0. Bonus number 4. Answer for this bonus should be 4. The solution for the practice problem. Start with a V equals pi r squared h, and then plug in what you know. The radius is 8, square that, and the height is 6. 8 squared is 64. Multiply that by 6. 64 times 6 is 384. 384 times pi gives you an answer of 1206.37 yards cubed. Here's extra credit number 1. Example number 3. Radius and height and volume, but in this case you're given the volume, you don't know the radius, but you do know the height. Start with the formula V equals pi r squared h. We do know V this time, which is 1200. We don't know R. We do know H. What you must do to solve this first is to divide 1200 by the items that are with the R squared on the right. We need this by itself. You must divide the left side by the pi and the 20. So it's division by 20 pi. When you do that, the r squared is left by itself on the right. Now in your calculator, find 1200 divided by 20 pi. And you should come back with 188.4955592. And leave that in your calculator. If you're using the red calculator, leave the answer on your screen because next you must find the square root of both sides. The square root of r squared is simply r. To find the square root of that long number while it's on your calculator screen, hit second and then the button that has the square root symbol above it. And I hit second and then the square root button. It's going to have the symbol of square root above the button, and then second, negative sign to get the previous answer. Hit enter, and it's 13.73 feet. Correction on this last problem, it should have been 4.37. This answer came from not using parentheses, which is not the right thing to do. 4.37 feet. Example 4. Start with the formula. V equals pi r squared h. And then V is 1700. R squared, we have no clue what that is, but 15 is h. So divide 1700 by 15 pi, because that's what's with the r squared over here.
Does that mean that's
Yeah, then we're going to divide this on the calculator. It has to be in parentheses underneath. So do 1700 divided by left hand parenthesis 15 pi, right hand parenthesis, and come back with 36.07512043, and that's equal to r squared. And now you have to find the square root of both sides. That's going to give you the following number: 6.01 centimeters is the value for r.
Radius squared. Pi. Volume fine. 2.14.
Practice 3. Bonus 5.
Because I forgot to square root it.
Solution for this bonus problem should be 40. Bonus 6. The solution for this one should be negative 4 squared plus negative 2 squared minus a negative 4. 16, 4, and 4 should be 24. The solution for the practice. Start with the formula and then plug in what you know. 600 goes in for V. R, we have no clue what it is, but H is 12. Divide 600 by the 12 pi that's with the r squared. And remember to use parentheses on that when putting it in the calculator. 600 divided by 12 pi. That will be 15.915. 49431. And that's the value for r squared. Find the square root of both sides. Right side is r, and then for the left we will have 3.99 millimeters for the radius. Extra credit 2. Graduation test problem of the day. Write down a capital A, B, C, or D on a piece of paper with your name and drop it off up here. In the problem it says 252 square feet of lawn. That means area. Area equals L times W, length times width. If the area is 252 and the length is 21, you will divide 252 by 21 to get W, which is 12. Answer A. In this example, you're missing the height. You do this the same way as the previous problem, except you're solving for the height, and you won't have a square root. Start with the formula, and then plug in what you know. 950 is V. R squared in this case, we know that. That's 12 squared. But the height is what is missing. You're going to have to simplify the 12 squared first to get 144. And then, once you have that, you can divide the left side by the 144 and the pi that is with the h. So if you divide by 144 pi, don't forget to put the parentheses in the calculator. 950 divided by 144 pi should be 2.10 inches for the height.